Video games! Welcome
Hello.
to the Lazy Jay-Z Show, episode 3. If you've been with us for this long, my name is Zab, and this is Joswell, the dude on the right side. We switched it up on you.
Like to keep it fresh time to time. You know?
Yeah, you know, we're still downloading weird files at the bottom right there, but if you're new, we talk about video games. We talk about some personal stories. We have some fun, and we're super interested in the industry. And we are here to make sure that we do the thinking for you, so that you can just shut your brain off, put us on the background, and learn a thing or two about video games. Joswell.
Yes. What's up?
We're still having some. We're still figuring out our schedule. I think we're both coming to the realization.
Life gets in the way sometimes.
Let's just say we've been. If you frame this in the right manner, we've actually been successful at a bi-weekly schedule. So maybe let's just frame it that way. We've successfully bi-weekly.
Yeah. If you get anything else, just think of it as a premium gift from us to you.
A nice little little extra seasoning on top. So. Maybe you'll see something randomly on a weekly, but right now it seems to be bi-weekly. So yeah, not much to say on that other than we're still figuring out the rhythm of the scheduling, and hopefully you'll stick with us long enough to see us get a little more streamlined here. Yeah. Now I want to talk about. I just want to follow up last week's nightmare story with another nightmare story. And my hope is that I don't actually have any of these after this episode. I'm really done. I really don't want to have any more of these.
I'm hoping for both of our sakes you don't have any more nightmare stories.
If you listen to the last podcast and fully, which if you did, Jesus Christ, thank you, because that was like a 2-hour podcast.
Yeah, God bless you.
You're a trooper. But if you didn't. Joswell put a little bit of an Easter egg at the end there. I think it was like maybe 5 minutes away from the episode ending because my computer entirely crashed. It just blue screened on me, and then Joswell had to work his magic to put those two videos together and upload the episode. And then I got things to do. I got shit to do. I got work, so I was like, that's a one timer. And then over time, what actually happened, and it just got progressively worse. And it would keep blue screening and blue screening and blue screening, and I'll spare the troubleshooting nightmare. But let's just say from 8 p.m. to 2 a.m. I was basically just trying to revive my computer. And the long and the short of it, actually, is that it's this little guy here that had my OS installed on there, and it was just corrupted. The drive was bad.
Fuck. So you had to do like a complete reboot from the ground up, right? Like OS, everything.
I reinstalled Windows 11 like 2 times in an effort to see if that was it. I formatted the hard drive. I did everything until I started realizing like I think it's actually the drive, because whenever I would install like Chrome or Discord or whatever, it would completely crash right afterwards.
Fuck.
So I figured that out, and now the computer's been like smooth as eggs for like the past, I guess, like week and a half. So like. I think we're solid. I think we're good. And knock on wood, we don't get any more blue screens of death. That's the issue. I think that's the problem, and I think it's the fear that a lot of people have with like building custom rigs. I think you asked me that. Like, does this happen often?
Like, is that a common thing for people that? Because I just have a laptop.
You have a pretty good one. 8-in-1.
Yeah. Well, no. What the fuck?
You got a gateway, right? You got a gateway laptop.
Put some respect on my Razer, man. It's Razer, baby.
What do you got? E-machines? What do you got?
No, I mean no disrespect to the Alienware gang, but no, the Alienwares are big as fuck and clunky. I don't need all that.
Yeah. You got the Razer with I think you said a 3070 in it, right?
What do I got? No, it's a 3060.
3060, yeah. Still.
Yeah.
What resolution are you rocking on that monitor? I forgot to ask you that. Is that 1440?
What do you mean on the actual like stock or the one that I the external monitor?
Wherever you play games on, yeah, the external.
On the external, yeah, 1440.
Oh yeah, same thing.
Yeah,
rocking that.
Smooth.
That's
smooth, buttery 60. Yeah.
Good balance of you get some nice resolution, you still get the performance you want.
I actually bought the monitor last year just for Halo Infinite, and it ended up working out. And I got that's pretty much when I officially converted to the PC races when I got the external monitor, because I'm like, holy shit, I can actually enjoy this now.
I remember you wouldn't even you like this wasn't even a thought for you, like going into the PC space.
I couldn't fucking stand it. But I mean, I was just young and dumb.
There was that learning curve when you first got it.
To be fair, I still play PC with my PlayStation controller.
Hey, whatever. But you still rock a PC. I remember that learning curve. I felt like I would get on TeamViewer with you like at least like twice a month for a bit.
It's just honestly like what makes it so fun for me, because you know me, I'm an audio head, so it's like I'm a nerd for good audio. The game experience on my PlayStation 5 is super smooth. I have a beautiful Samsung TV, QHD. It's wonderful. But over here in my other workstation, where my PC is where I make music. So I have my sub. I have a subwoofer, and I have two extremely high-end speakers, and this is what I make music with. So being able to play video games in this fucking sound system is boss. It's so fucking like dope as fuck. It's loud as shit. I can hear exactly what I'm saying, where my enemies are coming from. Music is fucking crazy. Like if I were to play Doom on this shit with those heavy little like rock solos and shit, like I'll be fucking pumped.
I was actually gonna ask, like, do your neighbors complain? Like when you're playing like loud ass like Halo Infinite and just shooting motherfuckers?
They don't complain. I have loud ass neighbors. We don't give a fuck. I'm luckily I live somewhere where we could just be as loud as we want to be.
Fuck yeah.
Because everybody's loud in this block.
Damn, the way you phrased that, I got it to play Halo Infinite. It's making me sad. Remember that game when it came out? I was so excited.
Dude,
I was so excited for that game.
About 100 hours into that fucking game, dude.
And now, if you go to the Halo subreddit, don't go to the Halo subreddit. My advice: don't actually go there. Just take my word for it. It is a place of complaint. It is just where people go and poop complaints, and then they leave. And I don't even know if the player base. You know what I mean? Like, is the player base still there for that game?
People are still playing, I'm sure, but doesn't it feel like, I don't know if it's Microsoft or 343, probably 343 at this point, but doesn't it just feel like they're milking that title as much as they can, spreading it out? You know what I mean?
Well, it's like their Mario, right?
How long was the Game Pass? Like 5 months apart? Not Xbox Game Pass, but the like the Halo Game Pass. Because that, like, shit, man.
What do you mean?
To wait, like, the shit that you buy for Halo that's like 4 months apart to like.
Oh, the Battle Pass. The Battle Pass. Yeah.
Like they're probably on their second season, maybe third, because that shit was like way too long.
It was super slow. And the content rollout in the beginning was a little bit like because they came into a market where like we're used to like. Give me that thing real quick. I need the next season in like 2 months or something. You know what I mean? Give me something to do.
Something. Holy shit. We have nothing. I don't know if they talked about Forge yet, but
yeah.
Are people even gonna be excited about Forge mode when that shit comes out? Let's be honest. I
don't know. I still think I still think the shooting in that game is A1. Like I still think that the sort of like the one-on-one or like the team base, like I still think it's a solid game. I just it's hard for me to be excited about what they're doing. I just haven't heard anything that's been interesting. And like I'm actually looking at the Steam charts now, top 100 most played games, like it gives you the concurrent players.
Mm-hmm.
Now keep in mind, it's not like Halo's only on Steam, right? Like it's
everywhere. Well, it's on Xbox and Steam mostly. Yeah.
If you play it on Game Pass, these numbers won't really matter. I'm gonna actually move it over real quick. You seeing that?
Let me see.
Let me zoom in here.
Where we at with Halo?
If you Halo Infinite, what was it? What is this bar here? Current players and 24-hour peak, right? And then we'll actually go to the all-time on the right. We got right now 4,500 players on Steam, about 5,000 in the past 24 hours, and at some point, like the total active players did hit 161 at the same time. So like that's quite the drop when you consider that game came out when that game come out.
Wait, are you comparing Master Chief Collection or Infinite?
Oh, that's oh god. You know what's okay? Well, I guess look, not that different.
It's not that different.
Not that different. Except
Jeez.
except that at some point, 250,000 people were playing that game. That's crazy. That's a crazy drop off number. That shows you like at some point this had the potential to capture this audience, and they just kind of lost it.
What's at the top of the list right now?
The very top. Let's go to page 1. I bet it's like Dota or Counter-Strike or something. Counter-Strike and Dota.
Jesus Christ!
Right now, 700,000 players are playing Counter-Strike. I don't know.
Apex is still going hard.
Apex does go hard. Have you had any interest whatsoever in picking that game up again? Like trying it out?
Not again. When it first came out, I was having a blast, and then I kind of had my fill of that game, and I never looked back. I don't know.
Look at Grand Theft Auto just sitting there smiling. They've been at this for so long. Yeah. Again, that doesn't count Xbox or PlayStation users either. So I know that they're like probably easily 500,000.
That's just like a cultural standstill. Like that's a super like totem of the culture right now.
Yeah. So anyway, there's a little sidetrack there. It's just crazy the drop off of Halo from the excitement level that it had to,
So whatever the fuck it is now, which is pretty sad.
You want
hopefully there's no layoffs.
Yeah. So I still can't get over the Splatoon 3 direct impression. It's been about 2 days since I've watched it. I don't know. I doubt you've watched it. I don't know. I don't think you're a Splatoon man.
I'm not.
You don't look like you like the squids.
I mean, I've tried the game. I'm just god awful at that game. I'm horrible. I get murked every time I play that fucking game.
I fucking oh my god. It's the only reason I have my Switch. It's sitting there. There are 2 Switch OLEDs. My partner's and mine just sitting there, dust. I wouldn't do anything with it. I'm just waiting for whenever that game comes out. I think it's
that's like one of the few Switch games that has like decent like online connectivity, right?
Yeah, but decent in the Nintendo kind of way. In the oh god, why does it work this way kind of way?
Some hurdles.
Yep. There was one time I invited Sean, a friend of mine, over to play a match of Splatoon, and then they have something called a Splatfest, in which you got to like vote what side you're on for the weekend. It's literally like it's like a party. So if you go into the lobby, and it's like this DJ concert that's happening, and the entire town is going crazy, and like you see other players just sort of roaming about, and then the Splatfest is always you got to vote on one of 2 things, this item or that item, and then you get a color, and then when you go battle, you're getting points for that whatever you voted for, and then by the end of it you'll see which team won or whatever, and then you get a prize and XP and all that shit, and it lasts the whole 2 days. Wow. It's actually pretty fucking cool. I like it. There was ketchup versus mayonnaise, and your boy's ketchup, and I'm not gonna move from that ever. And then he voted mayonnaise. Ew. And I didn't. Yeah, and I think he voted mayonnaise. I don't remember. I don't remember how it went. I just remember we were in the opposite squads, right. And I was like, "Yo, join my like lobby or whatever, or like let's play a game together." And then it was like, "Yeah, no, you guys can't play. He voted mayonnaise and you voted ketchup, so you can't play together." And I'm like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
Damn, you gotta be team ketchup.
He can't join me because he voted mayonnaise. You like think of that sentence. I'm sorry, bro. We can't connect together. You voted mayonnaise. I'm sorry. Like it's not gonna happen for you. He had to go back and vote ketchup and whatever. But yeah, that's what I mean by weirdo Nintendo like, why is that even a thing? I don't know. But yeah, no, it was like 30 minutes of here's Splatoon 3. It's Splatoon. This is the game. Like and if you like Splatoon, here's like 30 minutes of like quality of life improvements and additional techniques, matchmaking differences, like here's a new town. It's just that. I can't see this game coming out and then suddenly having a growth in its audience. It might be, a little bit. Each release does give it a little bit of growth, but it doesn't seem like it's doing anything to say like, new players come in. It's more like
you enjoy like the single player experience too. Like
I do.
Story.
Yeah, I do. But like, I gotta be honest. I'm a mark for that very specific gameplay. So like, I'm gonna tell you 100% of the times you ask me, I recommend to play it, but I don't even know if you're gonna if you'd like it or not. You know what I mean?
If I still had my Switch, I would play it, but I don't have a Switch at the moment.
So yeah, it seems like if you like Splatoon, there's no way you don't like this one, and if you don't like Splatoon, this will do nothing to really get you to that other side. September 9th release date. Other than that, I'm curious since it's been so long. On you've been playing anything?
Yeah, I actually picked up and beat Stray. I don't know if I told you.
No, I'm hearing it now.
Yeah, so I signed up for the whatever it is called, the premium basic.
Oh, you finally
the
did
middle,
it.
the middle tier of the PlayStation Plus.
Mm.
It's not that good.
Okay, wait. Before you get into the Stray, talk to me about your subscription experience.
It's not terrible. All right, I'm not doing it enough credit. For me as a PlayStation fan, it's like I've already played what you guys have to offer. You know what I'm saying? This is more for like if you're new to PlayStation, this would be 100% worth the bang for your buck. Me having played goddamn near all the exclusives that already came out, it's like there's nothing here for me. Like I don't really know what I expect anyway because it's PlayStation. You know what I mean? Maybe I don't know, some kick-ass indies to distract me. And a shitload of indies, some very fucking weird indies. There's a lot of like sprinkled stuff that I've never heard of before, and then you got like I don't know, you have Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut, which is pretty cool. I've never played the PS5 version because I bought it for PlayStation 4. What else do you have in there? Demon Souls.
Right.
Played that already. It's like everything I fucking played already. So it's not
You did a trial or did you pay money?
I'm paying monthly for it because I don't know how long I want to keep it for. This is just like a testing month. But out of that, I got to play Stray. Stray was pretty cool, man. It was very digestible.
Yeah.
It took me about 4 hours and 30 minutes to beat. Which is like I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
That was cool for that type of game. Like I would dread having to play something like that for like 20 hours because I'm like, okay, where is this going? Puzzle after puzzle. Like, nah. But for what it did, it hit all the right notes. I found it very intriguing as the story was starting to like unfold, and so I can't talk about spoilers, but the ending was really cool. You know what I mean?
Some people are dogging the ending. Some people are dogging the ending. Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like it even opens up for some possible DLC possibilities.
I would like to. You can't.
I know. It was a very nice ending, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed how everything came about.
I want to say, I would like to see, but then I'm just directly talking about. By next podcast, damn it, we're allowed to talk about it. We're gonna add a spoiler tag just to. We'll timestamp it anyway.
I would like to see get reunited with the.
I really wish didn't that person. You know what I'm
saying? I feel you. Yeah. That was crazy. That was crazy when that happened.
Yeah, you should add some bleeps post edit.
I just might.
Well, I'm glad you like it. What's the one thing that like did anything wow you when you're playing it? And we can talk about any like visual presentation, gameplay mechanics, anything that just sort of struck you. Cause
I don't know if anything wowed me as far as like, holy shit, how the fuck did they do that? It takes a lot to wow me these days. You know what I mean? But I appreciated that there was no bugs in the game. There was I didn't have anything weird happen. It was very fluent for me. Everything went well. I played on the PS5.
Holy, that's a good point. You play a game and it's like this just works.
Yeah, we don't get enough of that.
Yeah, actually, that's a good point. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, it was great. Visually, it looked great. I really liked the zoom in button. For me, I think it was L2. It was just like you hold it and everything just focuses and like.
Yeah,
I caught myself using that button more than the dedicated meow button. Don't get me wrong. I was meowing every fucking part that I could, but
I like that you can meow in the middle of cutscenes. I really appreciate that you can meow in the middle of cutscenes. Like, fuck it.
Yeah. That was pretty cool.
The main thing that caught me is the attention to detail on the animations on the robot models.
Yeah.
and like when you're interacting with them, that stuff really that was the main thing that impressed me, and like obviously the world building and the visuals and stuff like that. I would say gameplay wise, it was pretty like I've seen all of these things before to some degree. But it doesn't mean it's bad. It just
And like it just works. You know what I mean? Like for the one mission, um, you have to like take down these security cameras or whatever, because these robots are being like patrolled.
right.
And I was like, how do I destroy the security camera? I am but a simple cat. You know what I mean? I have no powers. So I was thinking like maybe if I jump on top of the camera, I'll just knock it down. And that's exactly what you had to do. You just jump on top of the camera and you knock it down. I'm like, perfect, because that's the first thing I thought of. I thought no more, no less.
They have a lot of good like visual language stuff that just like when you see it, you think that's a good level design because you see it and you're like, I thought of that, and it's like, nah, they led you there, they guided you, they guided you.
Like
But
even with the way they do with the neon lights and stuff, like the whole city is neon, but you have these visual cues that are also like a neon, but it might be like a different color, so it'll stand out.
yeah,
But it still kind of blends in, so it's not like an eyesore.
yeah.
So they definitely they did it with finesse. It was tastefully done, I'd say.
Well, you heard it here. 2 recommendations for Stray. Go check it out.
Yeah.
What is it, like
Yeah.
$30? It's like $30, right?
It's like $30, yeah. I
something
mean,
like that.
or subscribe for that PlayStation Plus, baby.
Yeah. Also on PS4, I'm starting to forget more and more every day that those consoles exist. That happens to me like about a year and a half, 2 years afterwards. Like Xbox One, PS4, those things don't exist to me anymore.
They're still responsible for a huge amount of the player base.
Yes, they are.
I'll be sure. Yeah.
Have you been playing anything else? Anything else besides beating Stray?
Yeah, I picked up Death Stranding for the first time by Hideo Kojima.
I told you I was going to play that game, and it just didn't happen. I didn't have time to do it.
That's all good.
How you feeling about that? How many hours you in?
How many hours? I mean, just guessing how many hours because I don't know for sure.
Yeah, just give me a guesstimate.
Probably like 6 hours in.
That's enough to form an opinion.
Yeah, for a game of that scope, I feel like 6 hours is barely scratching the surface. You know, my first impression. I know this game came out a couple years ago. This is like the director's cut that I'm playing now. It's very wacky. It's very Kojima wacky, and I knew this coming in that it was gonna be a wacky game, but it's even wackier than I expected. I was not ready for this. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? You got people fucking dying and exploding, and then a lot of abbreviations with the BTs, BBs, and OMGs. I was like, what is going on? Because it doesn't hold your hand at all, and I appreciate that. But I had to do my research. You know what I mean? Just to keep up, because there's a lot of Kojima weirdness going on.
Wait, did you do some Googling afterwards just to try to get like a synopsis?
Absolutely. I did some. I had to break it down. Like, what are these things? The BTs are beached things. I'm like, okay, they must be talking about that beach from that one cutscene. What happened there?
Wait, is that what that stands for?
Beached things, yeah.
Beached, like ED at the end?
Yeah, because like when you, I forgot what the term is, when you replicate or something, repositate some shit, your character can come back from the dead pretty much.
Beached things.
When that happens, you go visit this beach that like all the souls are tied to. Because Kojima just being like, do you ever really die?
All right.
What if your soul ends up at a beach?
All right.
It gets weird, dude. And then like even some of the data you pick up goes back to like Egyptian like theory, like theorists and shit. And it's like, what does death mean? All the way from the Egyptian themes. Like Kojima's really exploring with some deep what ifs here. Like what happens with death and can we control it? And you got time travel involved and it's a lot of weird shit going on.
This is just 6 hours in.
This is just story wise, gameplay wise. It's a whole nother level of weirdness as well. Because I'm not used to this style of gameplay. We're doing professional delivery services here. What the fuck do I know about delivery in a video game? You know, you have to watch your footing. You can trip over a rock and lose all your shit. Your shit can get damaged. If it rains, the rain hurts you because you're gonna get old. Because the age is like time fall. A little bit of rain touches you and your skin gets wrinkles because it just accelerates the time of everything that the rain touches, which is cool. You know what I mean? It's very cool. But gameplay mechanic wise, if it's raining on you, all your equipment's going to get old fast and it's going to age. And it's like, what the fuck?
Is Is there a weather system so that it's not like tied to a
It's not predictable. I feel like so far it's completely random.
nice?
You usually look in the distance and it's like, oh, I see some clouds. Next thing you know, you're fucking running for your life, but you can't run for your life because you have to hold L2 and R2 to hold your fucking bag, and you're going slow. And I'm like, holy shit, this is so boring. But granted, that was just my first day. I put some more time into it. I got some unlockables. It does make your progress like a little more smooth, I would say. You get like an exoskeleton. You
Yeah.
gotta worry about batteries. That's always fun.
What is happening in this conversation? Okay.
um, I got up to the point where you unlock this speed bike,
Did
and
you like the parts
that was pretty
where
cool.
did you like the parts where you get to really be intimate with Norman Reedus' body?
What are you talking about? Oh, you think like the shower scenes
Do
and
you
shit?
like how many things you can do with Norman Reedus?
You can take a shit. You can take a shit in this game. That's great.
Do you like how you can make Norman Reedus go to the fucking mirror and then make him do weird facial expressions so you could take a picture of him?
Yeah, that was some Kojima shit right there.
That was some really that man loves him some Norman.
Yeah, yeah. Um, Character names and this is so weird. And Dead
They
Man and Mama.
they removed the
Mama,
Monster Energy cans, which is really disappointing.
yeah, I peeped that too.
They removed that. I fuck with
I mean,
that. That was one of the dumbest things in the game. I loved it.
they probably had like a weird licensing deal. Like, hey,
Yeah, no, for sure.
a year of promo.
A year of Monster Energy drinks. If you take a shit with Norman Reedus and then you know how it closes the doors, it pops up an advertisement for his latest AMC show. I wish that was a joke, but it's just what happens in the game. That game is so weird. I'm only about 2 hours in. You're farther than me. So about 6 hours in, you get the bike.
Yeah, you get a bike. Yeah, you got to build something so you could power it, and then it's yours to keep. I'm like, all right. I've been very. I don't know, like if this thing just spawns wherever you're at, because so far you have to take. It's very realistic. You know what I mean? So I take care of this baby because it saves me hours of my real lifetime. So I take very good care of this bike. So much care that I actually had like a voyage to like some uncharted destination, and I left my bike in a safe place because I'm like, I'm not taking this somewhere I don't know that's not safe. You know what I mean?
You're treating
I
this
kept
shit
my
like
bike
it's actually
somewhere
yours.
safe, and I went exploring on foot. So I'm quite invested.
All right. Okay. Well, I'm looking forward to the next Death Stranding update.
Yeah.
I want to know what next vehicle you get and what weird fucking plot pops up out of that game. Hopefully, I can join. I have too many things I'm playing right now, so I don't know if I'll be able to join you on that journey. But yeah.
Isn't like Jimmy Fallon in this game or somebody? Some
I
late night
think
shows.
Conan O'Brien. Conan O'Brien. There's a good number of people on here. Like what celebrities in Death Stranding? Who we got?
It gets weird, man.
Jeff Keighley's in here. That's great.
Of course.
That's fucking great. Conan O'Brien, Daiichi Miura, which is a very popular singer, I guess. Some Japanese people that we don't know.
Yeah. Shout out today.
Shout out to the Japanese celebrities. Sam Lake, Edgar Wright, Jeff Keighley,
Again.
Junji Ito, which is the very famous manga artist who does like very creepy like horror story stuff. Herman Holst, I don't know who that is. I'm just gonna stop now. But yeah, we got some celebs. Anything else you've been playing? Anything free to play?
Yeah. I did try a little bit more multiverse.
Our weekly free to play segment.
I did try a little more multiverses. It was wild.
Do you feel dirty? Do you feel dirty inside?
Feel like my soul just like was crying in the inside.
Do you feel like you need a good cleanse?
I put like a good 3 hours into it.
You need to stop.
Like,
you need to stop
like,
this.
why?
You're
What's
spiraling
going
out of
on?
control.
And then I had a one-on-one with my friend. We were having fun.
Oh,
and then
no.
we found ourselves just doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over. And I mean, you could say that about a lot of games, but it was a little insane doing the same thing, try to expect some different results here.
Was Was the fun there when you were doing the same thing, or okay, was it just fun
I
because
feel
you had
like
your boy with you?
it was definitely just fun because I had my boy with me because
Yeah.
we turned it into a competition for whatever reason, and it was just like a lot of like you already know my complaints with that game. That your your move set is like unpredictable. It doesn't have that calculated. Like I just want to move up to the person and then punch you on time, like Melee or like Smash. And is that too much to ask? Can you just program it a little correctly?
Can you? Yeah.
No.
Can it just make it feel less like mayonnaise when I punch
We
people?
have we have to have every move be like 30 frames long before it could actually fucking touch you. Whatever.
Yeah.
Fuck that game.
Yeah. All right. All right. That's enough of the multiverses time. No more of that in this podcast.
We got another verse.
We
Rumble.
do. We do. I'm actually
How'd you
interested to talk about this one.
how'd you do Rumbleverse?
So yesterday night, on your recommendation, I downloaded Rumble Versus. I didn't even know it was coming out on the 11th, but it did, and I went to the Epic Game Store to install it. And I wish it was on Steam because I could have played it on my Steam Deck. But so tried that yesterday night. Had some issues with matchmaking.
Yeah, I had issues too on PC.
I couldn't find a match at all. You told me you were what was your
I
time
played
yesterday?
I played one match. I was like, it took me like 4 minutes to find the match, and then I tried to get back in. Kicked me out like 3 times, and then I joined another match. All in all, like it took me like 25 minutes to play 2 matches. So I just got
Yeah.
fed up. I said, "Fuck this! I'm downloading this game on PlayStation," and everything went smoothly. I didn't even have to sign in on PlayStation. It just automatically recognized my
Right.
Epic Games account. So it went straight to the point. Signed up, no lag. Everything was Gucci. I was like,
What
all
was the
right.
wait times there?
Probably like 40 seconds.
That's
Not that bad.
that's not crazy.
To today's standards, it's still like, God damn, I gotta wait 40
Yeah.
seconds.
Today you want that shit in
But
15.
yeah, but
But
even less. But compared to PC, it's like, man, what's going on?
yeah, I don't know what that's about because I joined the Epic Games version and matchmaking it took me anywhere Jesus Christ, excuse me. Anywhere between 4 minutes to 10 minutes, like on
Yeah.
average, which is
Which is wild.
horrible. That's like the death bell for any new person that comes in to play a game. Like if you're a new dude, like you never played this game before, and you're trying to attract a new
Right.
audience, you go in, it's free to play, low investment. Their value is how quickly can I get into this thing?
No, then if you're like me, like I had no idea what I was walking into on PC. I wait like 4 or 5 minutes, finally get in a match, get my ass handed to me is fucked up the most horrible way possible. Probably got like 2 punches in, and then I'm dead within the first 3 minutes of gameplay. I'm like, I didn't even get to play longer than I was waiting for a fucking match to get queued up. That's fucking sucks.
Yeah, yeah. It's that's the nature of a battle royale game. But
Granted,
that's why the queue times need to be slower. So I mean, need to be shorter so that you can get in there more.
Get better. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's gonna make you want to play more.
I
Granted, when I went to PlayStation 5, I started to get like a hang of things. I was learning. I went to the playground. I think it's called the playground where you can like learn like
Right.
some stuff. There's a lot of hidden features in that game. Like, did you know like if you jump as soon as your feet touch the ground, you jump higher? I didn't know that. You can jump
That's
off of
cool.
walls.
That's cool. I
You
didn't
know
know
what I
that
mean?
either. I didn't know that
There's a
either.
lot of random little tidbits in there. I'm getting the hang of it. Still got to play some more. I only played about an hour.
I would like
So
to.
I'm
I
very
would like
excited.
to see if we can get on the same lobby and do some duos.
Yeah, I would like to have like teams in there, but I guess duos is as much as you can have in a party at the moment. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I bet that'll change in the future. I bet they'll add stuff.
Yeah,
But
I can see that.
my
But it's only 40. It's only 40 people per match.
Yeah.
Also, so it's not a lot.
yeah, yeah. But that might make sense when you consider that you got to get super close to people in order for you to see them. Or like in the other games, people can eliminate themselves from far away. This is not really an option. You got to get in there. I actually like the gameplay so far. Like my experience with it, it like weirdly reminds me of Sunset Overdrive, which I actually really like that game. There's some nasty people in that game already. But
yeah, tell me about it.
yeah.
Did you get a chance? Well, you're in PC, so it's damn near impossible to go to the playground. Because I tried to go to the playground on PC and I just couldn't. That's where you go to train and everything.
Mm.
And you could choose to go online or go offline. And of course, I went online, and then they have like these little TVs set up around the neighborhood, and you interact with the TV, press a button, and it displays a message like, "Hey,
Mm.
here's a tip, here's another tip." So as I'm reading this shit, taking my time, a motherfucker comes out of nowhere and just suplexes the shit out of me as I'm reading my fucking information on how to play this game. And I'm like, God damn it. I'm trying to learn how to play this fucking game. And then he KOs me and I die and I have to reset. Now I gotta find where this tutorial is all over again. I'm like,
Okay. Yeah, that does
okay.
suck. You should have went offline. You should have went offline.
Yeah, I should have went offline. Yeah,
Uh,
I should have.
okay, so I'll tell you the things I like about the game, and I don't have much bad things to say about it, but granted, I've only been able to play because of the queue times
Yeah.
about like an hour, maybe, probably less, probably 45 minutes. So I just want to put that context up there. I don't have enough time with this game to really give you a full opinion, but the number one thing, I'm going to talk about this with the cadence of I fucking hate multiverses as a free-to-play product, and now playing this one, I hate that game so much. I want that to be my shtick. I hate that game so fucking much that when you typed in yesterday when we were chatting, you were like, "Yo, you should download Rumbleverse so we could try it." I just eliminated the word Rumble and substituted multi just because it ended with verses, and you should feel good because I hate that game, and I was like, I'll still play it because I like Wholeswell, but god damn it, I hate that game. Then later on, I realized wrong game.
Yeah.
I think the number one thing, I really, really, really like the way that this game's aesthetic is cohesive, and it looks. When you go to the intro, it looks like a Fortnite game. The way that things are laid out, it just does. Like you can't really get.
I'm sure they did that on purpose.
Yeah, because people see that and they go like, "Oh, it's the game. It's a free to play game," and I get know how this works. Familiarity, I get that. I don't really have any complaints about the way that this stuff works because, like, if Fortnite has been popping for this long, clearly that format when the free to play model works.
Yeah.
So fuck it. They just established a standard. This is how we move forward. But when I get in the city and when I get in the when I actually get to load in and cannon in, and like the customization of the characters and the way the city architecture looks like bubbly and it pops out. It reminds me of like games from the Dreamcast era. Like it looks
like a Jet Set Radio type of vibe, kind of.
It looks like fun, and it has a nice vibe to it, and
it doesn't take itself too overly serious.
Yeah, but it's also not like
it's like you're fighting each other, but at the same time, everybody could just randomly climb walls. We don't question it, but it's a fun mechanic. Fuck it.
It has like a really like early 2000s like Sega fucking Dreamcast game vibe to it when it comes to the aesthetics and the attitude, because like it's not. While it's not taking itself seriously, it's being charming and humorous through what you're doing, but it's not doing the what I consider like the 360 to PS4 era of what people thought. Hey, we're charming because we're telling you we're charming. This is a joke. Do you get it? Like that, you know what I mean? Like I feel like there was an era of time where games were like, "Yo, we're funny. Please believe me." Fuck that. I like this more. Like this is more like you get to do silly shit, but it's not trying to be silly to you. So I really like that.
How's your fighter customization process for you?
I felt like it felt a little bit limiting. Like,
hey, would you like this new cool shit over here that you got to purchase?
Right. Yeah. I felt like, well, I got two faces to choose from, which is like not great. Right. Two faces. That's, but like. It like the way that the characters are laid out and the amount of items you have, I know you can get to the point where you can make some funny looking dudes, some cool looking dudes or whatever. But I just don't have anything really. I just have a couple items. They all look kind of whack. They look like starter items. So I just made my dude super skinny, like he looks like he needs some food, and then like I gave him like a buzz cut, and he's just in his underwear, no other clothes, and he has these white boots on, and that's it. That's all I have. Because I was like, at least let's make him look a little funny. As far as the combat, I think the combat's good, and there's like you said, there's a level of depth there, and I appreciate. I've noticed as I'm getting one-on-one battles, there's like a rhythm of like, what is he gonna do? If I get up right now after you knock me down, he might take advantage of my frame, so I gotta wait and sort of like fake them out. And then do I leave or do I go and try to
Yeah,
grapple them?
that's where I'm still like struggling at right now because that exchange, it's like I've seen people combo, but it's like when you're on the floor, you have to get back up. I don't think you can do anything when you're on the floor, right? Like it's like a safe period
Well,
when you're like
if I think there's like, it could be wrong, but I think there's like a couple seconds where you're safe.
right.
It's like melee, right? There's like a couple seconds where you're safe, and then at some point, if you just lay on the ground, he can just hit you, or you can get up and get another couple safe seconds or whatever.
And then
Um,
there's the whole system with the shield. With the shield blocks basic attacks, but you can still be susceptible to the grabs.
yeah, and
If I'm not
if you
mistaken.
shield and say you attack somebody and the dude shielded on you,
Yeah.
you're committing. So like when you're done your combo or whatever, I'm not sure if you break it out earlier, if you can dip, but I feel like my experience is if I'm done my combo and he's shielding, I'm just vulnerable for like a second and he could just fuck me
So
up.
I actually caught myself dodging more than I have been doing the shield. I
Mm.
gotta learn how to use both though. You know when you press both the triggers,
Yeah. Hmm.
you could dodge a little bit.
I just and see
Um,
as we're talking about this, I'm thinking I want to play this game.
yeah.
I actually want to go in there and learn more of this game. So I guess that's a good issue. Um,
When it comes to the character creation side, I found it a little annoying that when you pick your body type, you can't pick your gender. It's like we're gonna pick the gender for you. I was just like, I want a dude. I want to fight a dude. I want it to have like a big wrestler looking guy.
well, you
Man,
can.
they have you can, but like there's like say if I wanted a chick, there's only like certain assigned body types that's like some is dude, some is a chick. You should be able to choose your gender. I feel like.
Oh, you mean like make him look like a dude and just say I'm female, or make
No, 'cause literally, like when you go to your body type, that's how you change your gender.
yeah.
There's a brawler, there's a basher, there's a boxer, and you know what I mean. Like for whatever reason, you just can't change your gender. I'm like, all right, whatever.
Yeah, I think that yeah, you're right. The only it's only like you have boobs or you don't have boobs.
Yeah,
There's no like gender pick.
it's like they don't have a boy and girl for each category of fighter. Also, I don't know if there's a difference from the fighting styles. Like, does everybody fight the same and grab the same, or
It seems so. I
are these
think
different body types different at all? I don't know.
no, I think they're all the same. I think the differences is like
Just those books that
in
you read,
in the
right?
that's like your weapon in a Fortnite. Like you
That's like
go
the
in,
move set.
yeah,
Right.
yeah, and then you try to find a move set that like works for
That makes
you.
sense. That's more balanced that way, I guess.
I think the game has a potential to find the audience, and I really hope it does. I'm excited to go back into it. I guess that's
Yeah.
really what I got to say about it. I really like it. I like the music. I like the presentation. I just need more time with it, and they need to fix those cues. They really need to fix those cues on PC.
Yeah. But overall, I had a good time.
Yep. So
Gotta play more.
that's Rumble versus Epic Game Store, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series. I've also been playing two old PS4 games that then got remade onto PC. I've played. I don't have much to say about them, other than I'm playing them. I'm about 3 hours into God of War 2018, which I like saying it that way because it sounds like God of War is a sports title. So I'm playing God of War 2K18. LeBron James is there helping me out. He's cutting some trees with me, and they're gonna put. All right, I don't know. I'm done with that shtick. The God of War 2018 looks fan fucking tastic. It's a really good remaster. It's the game, you know. I mean, the game's been out for 4 years. I don't really have much to add other than, boy, this game looks good, and Kratos, and man, did Sony go through a every game that we have is a sad dad game. They really went through that. Everybody was a sad dad at the around, when development started for these games around 2014, every single person had a kid, and everybody was like, "Yo, we made some mistakes," and then that's just what happened.
I mean, who else was there besides Joel and Kratos?
I think there was a there was an element of that with
Like Days Gone or some shit.
yeah, Days Gone. He wasn't sad dad. He was sad husband. Sad husband.
There's a whole bunch of sadness.
A bunch of sad pop stuff. Probably not just on Sony games, but I remember that era being like everyone's a dad and depressed.
Yeah.
But that game was great on PC. I'm really glad that those games continue to come out on PC, and they're not only coming out on PC and just going like, here you go. Like, they're doing an excellent job on the ports, which is not always the case when you're porting a console game over. They're even adding current technologies to. They're adding technology to the games that it didn't have before, like DLSS. And for instance, on Spider-Man, they've added, and I think on PS5 they have it there too. But I'm also playing Spider-Man. That also just got released on the 12th, I think, on Steam. That game also looks ridiculously good for it being like a 4 or 5 year old game. And they've added full ray tracing, DLSS capabilities, 4K.
Yeah, it's getting a lot of really cool support for like extra features.
Yeah,
I heard that they have like it's supporting this feature where like if you have like multiple screens to make like one super huge screen, you know how some people have that amazing setup?
Yeah.
It'll actually support that and break the game to like whatever amount of screens you have. That's crazy.
Yep.
That sounds fun.
I think you pick like what's your middle screen that you're actually playing on, and then the rest of them you could like section off. It's just stuff like that that's like that is so specific to PC, and that's what like a PC player wants to see is like a little TLC, right, for your game. Give me some TLC on the game. Like do some work on it. Make sure the frame rate is stable and you support newer technologies. Because like, you know, sometimes you spend $2,000 to $2,500 on a PC and you want that shit. You want the game to take advantage of what you have, and games don't always do that. So not going to talk about them too much because I'm still early on those, but I'll say what I said last week when we were talking about Sony and ports. Please keep doing it. It's weird when you think about the fact that Sony's porting these games over, and they bought that studio Nixies specifically just to port games over. And I bet they have other studios that do it. Or I bet Nixies, this becomes such a huge part of the profitability for like Sony's games that I bet they increase Nixies' size, and they like do sub studios so they can work on concurrent projects at the same time for Portworx. But these games come out and they come out in what I call like the gift wrapped version of how a PC player wants the game. It's stable as fuck, new technologies. It comes out on Steam, right? Big deal if you own a Steam Deck or whatever. They make them Steam Deck verified, and they have no issues. These games just have no issues when they came out. And then you think about Microsoft, the proprietary owner of the Windows platform, comes out, and the Game Pass store is kind of a mess half the time. And I love Game Pass, but like Halo Infinite had shit ton of issues when it came out. Halo Infinite isn't the only Microsoft exclusive like PC game that I've played that has had issues. I've had issues with the store in general, so it's just weird for me to think that they're still having this problem seemingly like a decade to 15 years later. Like they've had this problem of releasing games on PC for so long, and they still suck at it, and they own it.
So cute.
And they and they own, you know what I mean? They own the platform. You would think they'd invest, but you know, I don't know. So yeah, those are the two games, the two port games that I'm playing, and I can't really think of anything else that I've been playing over the past few days. I think that's it for me, honestly.
I mean, those are two great games.
Yep.
God of War gets like every time you think you've seen it all, like no, it just comes up with another surprise. I'm curious for you to, well, I'm excited for you to keep on getting further into God of War. There's actually another person that joins you on your journey besides you and your son.
Mm-hmm.
And when you get to that character, it's fucking hilarious because he's with you all the time.
Oh, okay. All right. Don't say anything.
He has hilarious commentary, but excited for you to get there.
All right. Sounds good. What do you say we take a little 5-minute break, and then we go back to the next section of the show?
All right, let's get it. Sir.
Hi. We're back. I think it's time for the news. The hot news.
Oh, God.
Steamy. Grand Theft Auto 5 might be coming to Game Pass. and there's rumors of Elden Ring 2. And let me just say, I think don't take these as facts, right? These are just they're finding that they found listings on the Xbox Cloud or the xCloud or whatever they want to call it services as to these two games are being listed in the Xbox Cloud services, and you can only be in the Xbox Cloud services if the games are on Game Pass. So people are making that jump to conclusion. Do we think that Elden Ring is coming to Game Pass? Man, I really doubt that. I highly doubt it. I really don't, because that game is massive. That game is too big for Game Pass, in my opinion. What's your thoughts on that?
I feel like they don't need Game Pass, but if they were to be in Game Pass, then I would feel like Microsoft is definitely greasing their pockets up a little bit with a hefty sum. To be on their platform. It wouldn't be a bad idea for Microsoft because it would attract people to to their platform.
Yeah.
Like, okay, now if you never wanted to pay the full $60, I could just try it on Game Pass. It just makes a lot of sense because it would bring people in.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very popular game. But do they need it? Hell no.
No. People are buying that game left and right. I don't see how that game hits Game Pass. What I see actually happening is that like they'll make one. That game is so large, and that studio is so like basically mainstream at this point that like Microsoft will bend one rule and say, okay, Elden Ring is the only game that can be on streaming services, but not on Game Pass. I think that's really what would happen. I don't see that now. GTA 5 coming to Game Pass. That's not even really. It's already happened. It's already happened before. It's been there and it's been removed, and it's been there and it's been removed twice. So like, I could see that happening. Sure.
Is Red Dead on Game Pass? Do you know? Red Dead 2.
Was Red Dead ever on Game Pass? That's a good question.
Because that sounds more exciting than GTA 5, personally. I feel like everybody's fucking that game has spawned 3 console cycles already. Like, come on,
sir. Only Game Pass. Only Game Pass. Only Red Dead Online has been on Game Pass, which is like a separate thing.
I mean, I guess.
I think they actually stopped. They said that we no longer have updates for Red Dead Online because it was not a successful venture for them. So there you go. Speaking about Grand Theft Auto, we actually have a continuation. I say a quasi continuation of the story from last the Jay-Z show where we talked about GTA 6's settings, their potential protagonist being a female, them having a duo protagonist instead of a trio protagonist, and then also more conditions just sort of getting a lot better at Rockstar, which I think you never hear that. I think for the most part you hear, they were just saying things and nobody did shit to make anything better. It's good to hear that we got that going on. I guess the only comments that were being said from like a couple Rockstar new hires is like, yo, we don't like crunch. Yo, we're trying to up the bar on the production of GTA 6, which is like, well, of course you are. It's like there's not.
They always are, yeah.
They're not really saying much there. Let's go into acquisitions. Someone's offering to buy Unity. So do you know what Unity is?
Of course.
So, mobile tech firm AppLovin, which is the most ridiculous name, AppLovin has offered to buy Unity for $17.5 billion.
Wow.
Which wasn't that about the amount? No, that was about the amount that Bethesda got bought by Microsoft. So, about $17 billion to buy Unity. If for the viewers that don't know, Unity is a very popular third-party engine that has been commoditized for use for the public. Basically, it's made easy for you to use, right? Like where a lot of engines are proprietary.
What? Correct me if I'm mistaken. The big catch that makes developers choose Unity over Unreal is that Unreal has like a 10% tax that comes tied along to anything that you create on their engine. I believe. I don't know if it's 10%, but like you have to give them a portion of what you create on their engine. Versus Unity, I believe you get to keep 100% of your profits.
No, if that was the case before, it definitely isn't the case now. Like Unity does take a cut. I'm not sure what the percentage, but after you sell a couple 100,000 copies, you then have to give them a cut. And I believe the same thing applies for Unreal. But
Right. I think that was a trade-off. Like for more indie developers, like if you had a smaller game, Unity just made a lot of sense.
right, because you get at least a beginning tail of like I don't got to give them money until I get these, and my game probably won't sell that. So like that's just whatever.
So at least you could, like just work your way on up for this. Pretty cool.
Yeah,
I was actually studying how to like put music into Unity at some point.
Now, the unfortunate, well, not the unfortunate, but like Unity has been on the news for I'd say like within the past month for like really bad reasons. Its CEO, I forgot the dude's name, John Riccitiello, said a comment basically saying that like, and I quote, some of these, and he's talking about developers here, right? And he had an interview with some website. He goes, some of these people are my favorite people in the world to fight with. They're the most beautiful and pure, brilliant people. They're also some of the biggest fucking idiots, was one of his responses. And my idea was that, what I got out of it was that somebody asked him a question of like, what is it like to basically deal with developers and their ideas and getting it to be marketable? And he's saying like, they're artists. I love that they're artists. They don't know how to fucking make money, right? There's probably a better way to phrase that, but he, controversial statement. Unity's been on the news for not terrible, but like really for that purpose. Like Unity hasn't really been on the news for anything else. And then the next thing I know, somebody's offering to buy Unity whole cloth. Lots.
I think they could do better. They probably think they could do it better. Run it better.
Yeah, or they're trying to leverage Unity's like current user base to try to like migrate them to migrate the industry somewhere else. I think Unity specifically has been trying to where Unreal is being used in the film industry and for big AAA titles. Unity has been trying to corner the mobile market because the indie scene isn't making enough money for them. This is all things I've just been reading, right? Like I don't know 100% of the fact, but I think that's really the case. I'm not a fan of mobile games, so whatever. But
step it up, mobile games. So much potential.
Yeah, step it up, mobile games. God damn it! I forget that that phones even have games half the time. Like it just doesn't. It's not something I think about.
Apple's making a fucking killing with these fucking games. I think Nintendo pulled back. Remember Nintendo had a whole mobile segment. Fuck happened to that shit?
They were just like, nah, I'm good. They try something to see. I mean, I think the biggest thing in the world for them was that Pokemon Go. It's still popping. They still make a lot of money from that game. But they did like 5 or 6 titles after that with the Mario Run and like the Animal Crossing game and whatever. But I think none of it reached the heights of what that Pokemon Go did. And they might have just said whatever. But I mean, to be honest, I think all of those games are trash. So like, doesn't really hurt me for them to get away from it. They were just trying to make some money. Also, your favorite mascot of all time in all the video games is
Sure.
In the most predictable news, I think this is a recurring theme for our show today. One of the most predictable news: they're making a new Sonic movie. Well, then not that they're making. We already knew that by the end of part 2. If you've been watching the theatrical perfections of the Sonic movies, but they're just saying, "Yo, it's coming out December 20th, 2024. A hardline date," which is like pretty far away for them to be so confident about a date. But maybe their production has just been streamlined. Also, do you like these movies? Have you seen these movies?
Haven't seen them. I heard they were good. I've been told that these are some of the best film adaptation of movies to come out in a long time. I've heard the same about the Pokemon movie with the talking Pokemon and the Ryan Reynolds Pikachu. I don't know how I feel about that.
Did you watch?
But everybody's telling me that they're fucking good. I have not. I haven't seen either of them. Should I?
You should for the memes. You should for the jokes. They're not. They're typical Marvel-like movies. Like,
right.
Bad thing happened. Predictable friendships. Oppression. Like, you know what I mean? It's but things are always great in the end. Like, it's just a movie, so it's not anything special whatsoever. It's just like weird to see. Like, Sonic's history on the internet is very controversial. Like,
yeah,
that dude is like has some of the nastiest memes on all of the internet ever. And it's just, he inspires the worst out of all of us. so
I loved. Do you remember VR chat Knuckles?
yeah, it's just, shit like that.
It was hilarious.
Shit like that. It's just, this franchise the franchise hasn't had a good Sonic game in like, how long? How long has it been? It's been a very long time. The last time that they had a good Sonic game was Sonic Mania, and that wasn't even the developers of Sega proper. That was them going like, we'll let these dudes who've been making mods for it make a game for us, and they did it better than they ever could. And then now we're talking about Sonic Frontiers, which haven't played the game yet. Got to be fair, looks like trash. Looks like garbage.
Looks kind of like a fucking nightmare.
Yep, looks like a tech demo. Just looks bad.
Yeah.
Am I gonna play it? Probably gonna try it. Probably because I really want to know. I can't help myself. It's the same way I can't help myself watching these Sonic movies. I can't fucking stop. Hoswell, this is a disease. I need to know what they're doing.
Who do you think? What other new characters will be in the next movie?
Silver the Hedgehog.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna predict Cybersonic is gonna. I haven't seen any of them, so I'm gonna say Cybersonic.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, that's one that'll look good in CG. Yeah. He'll look good in CG. Big the Cat. Somebody please give me Big the Cat.
Let Seth Rogen be the voice actor, please.
Oh man, that's perfect. Jesus Christ. What other weird? We got to throw in Cyber is the main villain because he would look great in CG. Add ray tracing to his body. You're done. That's done. It's over. You already got the aesthetic. That's all over the posters. Big the Cat as a new comic relief. And then you got to throw in Amy, the bat creature with the big tits, so you can give kids the sexual tension that we've been experiencing since the Dreamcast.
Hold on. Amy is not the bat creature.
You sure not? Who's the bat creature?
I forgot her name.
The bat with tits. That's what we need. Bat creature.
That's Rouge.
Sonic.
Rouge the bat.
Throw in Rouge. She walks into a sexy intro music, saxophone. And then, you confuse 12 to 15-year-olds for the rest of their life. So that's what I'm really expecting from the movie, and I hope it does great.
You see everybody in the next furry convention just dressed up as these characters.
Yep. Nobody but Rouge, as far as the eye can see. This one's interesting. This one's weird. This one's probably from a creator or from a company that I'm not confident in doing great things, but YouTube will hold the first ever interactive gaming live stream, which is a bold take when you consider that Twitch exists. So
right.
it's like, well, there's been games that have that streamers have had interactivity with their viewers where they can vote for something or like donate or do something and it'll affect something in the game. Like that's been around for ages. So the statement makes me think this is an event that occurs from August 27th, 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. I'm sorry, 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern. There's supposedly going to be 2 hours of content hosted by 60 popular creators where they're going to try to do something that lets you interact with YouTube with whatever it is that they're doing on that show. Now, why am I curious about it? This has the potential, Hoswell,
yes,
to be a fucking dumpster fire, and I'm here for it. Really want to see.
It could be great.
It could be great, but it could be amazingly bad. I really am. Either one would make me happy. If it's
give me 1 second. I think somebody's at my door.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna keep talking.
Yeah, keep talking.
I'm hoping for both, really. I really want to see both. I want some cool stuff to happen here. And then I want some terrible things to happen. I want some awkward stuff. I want something just to
I'll be right back. I have to take a quick intermission.
You gotta do what you gotta do. I really want both to happen, like I was saying. Yeah, the saying here, some segments include a frightening batch of analog horror challenges. And the Hot Ones challenge, hosted by Sean Evans. where viewer-selected players will go head-to-head playing Street Fighter 6, and where defeated players must eat increasingly hot wings. This could be dumb in a really fun way, and this could be atrocious. And it probably will feel a little bit of both. We probably will feel like, you know, the corporate overlords are feeding us hot wings. But I'm here for it. Let's do it. Next thing on our list here, we got the Splatoon 3 Nintendo Direct. We talked about that earlier. There's not much for us to say there other than like, God damn it, I'm so happy that Splatoon was not abandoned by Nintendo, because that feels like a Nintendo move, doesn't it? It feels like a franchise they would abandon in the same way they abandon like every game they have in their catalog that isn't Zelda or Metroid. Well, sorry, Metroid is abandoned. That isn't Zelda or Mario. The Splatoon is within the range of possibility for it to be a fucking Earthbound or an Ice Climbers. It's just because it's a weird game. I don't know how you expand on that audience. Like, you made the game, and I'm seeing this Splatoon 3 Nintendo Direct, and it's like not that different, right? I mean, there's like obviously improvements, but it's not. You see it and you're like, this does look like Splatoon 2, which looked like Splatoon 1. But I love that franchise. I don't know if I really want to see it change that much, right? Like, I just want the combat to get slightly better, but like the core mechanic of it, I wanted to stick around. Should I take one of these Splatoon games that just continually get improved for the rest of my life? Turn Splatoon into Call of Duty, Nintendo. You heard it here. So yeah, no, am I excited about it? Absolutely. Should you watch that Nintendo Direct? If you like Splatoon, go ahead. Do your thing. It's your internet. It's your bandwidth. Do it. EVE Online tourney 2022 happened. When did that happen? When was EVE Online? Not EVE Online, Evo Online. EVE Online is another nightmare. EVE Online dates, Las Vegas. Because I know that because my cousin went there. August 5th through 7th. So that was about a weekend ago. So EVE Online returned back to the live to a live conference center in Vegas. And I didn't watch much of it. I didn't watch any of it, to be honest. I'm not the kind of guy that'll sit there and watch just people fight. But my cousin went over there, and he took a shit ton of pictures and met the creator of Guilty Gear by just pure happenstance, and took pictures of just a ton of his favorite fighters from the fighting game community. And just seeing that again, I was like, that feels good to see. It feels good to see people interacting with each other, and just the gaming community still being a nice and fun place. So super happy for them. Again, I'm not the kind of guy that'll sit there and just watch these things, but yeah, no, I think it's cool. I think it's just a cool thing to exist. They announced a new Fatal Fury. That is a game featuring Terry Bogard. And if you don't know what that is, then let's just Terry Bogard here. It's this guy. You met this guy. You know this guy. You don't know why you know this guy, but you've seen him. He's in the Smash. He's in them. He's in them Smash games. So, yep. New game feature where he's the main. He's the Ryu of the game, and it's been a very long time since those games came out. And I don't know what they do with it, but they announced it, and then they did this teaser announcement for a new Tekken. I think would be Tekken 8 teaser, right? And people lost their goddamn minds, but it was just nothing. Yo, what's up? Oh, you're back.
Not much.
Hello. I was just talking about the fact that people lost their minds over 20 seconds of Tekken 8. I just kind of wanted to show that video real quick.
Oh shit.
So 24 seconds, and then it's all it took. This is all it took for people to lose their goddamn minds. This is the PS1 ending where the dude throws him off just casually throws Heihachi off a cliff, which I think is amazing. And then it zooms in, and boom, it's new.
Oh my god.
And that's it. And people were fucking losing their minds at Evo just seeing that. And then that's it. They didn't show anything else. So that was Evo.
Like Tekken and Street Fighter always got like dates close to each other. You know what I mean? They're so competitive.
I wonder when Tekken, if your rule stands, Tekken will be out next year. Just like Street Fighter 6.
I had to stop real quick and go get some ice cream.
You do what you got to do, baby. That's a good cause. I endorse that cause.
Good.
Square Enix looking to sell stakes in its studios. That's pretty big news. Square Enix sold Crystal Dynamics and Eidos to the Embracer Group. Those studios have been embraced. Embracer Group is a large conglomerate that has been purchasing a shit ton of studios. They're in the same ranks as a Microsoft, who's buying studios all the time, or a Tencent, right? You've heard these names. This is another one of those kind of giant conglomerates that just gobbles up things and then just keeps... Honestly, it doesn't even look like they changed much of the company. They take profit now for whatever they're making.
Yeah. They're like, hey, we're your daddy now.
Yep. Keep doing what you're doing. I like what you're doing, but we get your money. And you get to keep existing, is basically what seems to be the relationship there. Square Enix, very infamous for every time they have a quarterly investor meeting, whenever there's something disappointing, they're like, well, our North American studios like really didn't live up to our expectations. Or like our European studios didn't live up to our expectations, sales-wise, quality-wise. And so they'll always throw the other country studios that they own under the bus, but they'll never talk shit ever about their own studios. Ever. They'll basically deflect anything that their Japan studios is doing wrong, and they'll just immediately point at like the other studios, which is, it's a meme at this point in the industry. They do it all the time. And I think they just got fed up with, I just don't think they knew how to handle a North American or European studio. So I think they're trying to shed loose any remainder of that, and they're trying to focus their strategy.
What is Square? It's Square, Japanese, French?
Japanese. Yep. They're Mr. Final Fantasy. They're known as John Final Fantasy.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah, I think so. They're basically looking to sell. They're looking to sell stakes of other studios that they have that might predictably be in North America or Europe. And then trying to make other investments. This is the same company, by the way, that like wrote a letter saying like, "Yo, NFTs are hot shit. We're looking to invest in NFTs." So do I trust them? No, I don't trust what they're doing at all. It's just interesting. They purchased like 2 or 3 American studios, and then just like in about 5 years, we're like, yeah. It's similar to the story you were talking about like Nintendo was like, we're gonna make apps. No, we're not. We're done.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I'm sure they got some good money for it. You said they sold Crystal Dynamics and what else?
And Eidos.
Wow.
So yeah, they just let that go. Some more hardware news, and this is I won't spend too much time on this. It's just interesting. I was watching a Digital Foundry video on it. They're improving the Xbox Series S, the weirdo of this generation. They're improving the GPU performance by freeing up hundreds of additional megabytes of VRAM. I don't know how they're doing that. They probably found some bottleneck or something. But what that means is that we potentially get ray tracing in Series S video games where usually it's cut off because the GPU just can't handle that. It just doesn't have the memory load for it.
Is this being done via a software update?
It is. That is.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, my understanding, my very like brief understanding is that they found a bottleneck in which a process could have been streamlined that was hogging up video memory. And they did the developer magic to free up that space, which is good. And developer comments about the Series S is consistently, it's a good console, it's strong, it just doesn't have enough video memory. So maybe this will help out a little bit.
That means that they knew from the beginning the potential of the power of that console, but they just pushed it out a little fast. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. I hear like the CPU is identical to. Nah, I could be wrong about that. Let me not say that. I hear the CPU is not the issue with the Series S. I'll say that. I hear the main issue is like the VRAM on the console.
Who would win between a Series S and a Steam Deck?
Series S.
Yeah, okay.
Series S still win, but the Steam Deck pretty
Not
close.
too far behind.
Pretty close. You know.
Which is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Still can't believe that.
I was playing Spider-Man on my Steam Deck. That's pretty good.
Wow.
It used to be on a big old PS4. Game Pass Family Plan. Again, the continuation of extremely predictable news. Of course, they're trying to add a Game Pass Family Plan. Like, of course they are.
I mean, why not?
No, I'm not complaining. It's just like, well, yeah, well, duh. You know what I mean? Like, well, of course, like you're gonna do that. And of course you wait like 2 or 3 years so that you have another reason for people to jump in. You see, my thought is they're like, yeah, we're gonna come out with Game Pass. We'll see how much we can grow before we got to do another action to then get more users, and then we got to do another action to get more. So it's just, you know, these are the things they do. I'm not really even if the price is fair enough, I'll try to see. I'm looking at you as well. If people want to join a Game Pass Ultimate Family and make it cheaper for all of us, I will say though, I've not been using Game Pass. I've not really been using Game Pass the past month. Have you done anything Game Pass?
I think my last Game Pass game might have been Nobody Saves the World.
Ooh, that was a while ago. That was in July, dude. I remember that. I played that. That was a good game. I like that game.
Yeah.
That's what, 3 was that July or was that June? I think that was June.
Yes, I feel like it was earlier than that. Yeah,
the world release
might have been April. Am I tripping?
Holy hell, that's not right. That's not real. What do you think?
April,
January 18th, 2022. We're over here saying June and shit.
God damn.
Holy shit. Yeah, you haven't used Game Pass in a while.
Well, I didn't play it on day one, but that was the last title that I played on there.
Yeah, I haven't even. Yeah, but the games that I care about from them coming out are like the surprise, fun indie games, and then their first party stuff, and they have nothing for this year. They have absolutely nothing for this year. But I'm a gluttony for punishment, and I'm probably still going to subscribe because maybe there is something that comes out that I want. More acquisitions. Tencent coming for that Ubi, coming for that Ubisoft, coming for that Ubi booty. According to Routers,
everybody's getting fucking acquired, man.
China's largest gaming company, which currently already owns 5% of the Assassin's Creed publisher, is seeking a larger share of the company and has reached out to the French firm's founding Gaillot family and expressed interest in increasing its stake in the firm.
And are these the guys that own TikTok?
Oh, does Tencent? Wow, why would that not shock me? Why would that not shock me? If they own TikTok, they own the world. No, it's owned by a Chinese company called ByteDance, because of course it's called ByteDance.
Right.
So, yeah, no, Tencent, it just owns or has stakes in or has invested in a ton of gaming industry like studios. I mean, like they have their hands literally everywhere. Where are they getting this money from? Who fucking knows? Who knows? Nintendo has some news to tell us. And they're saying, we got no news to tell you about consoles this year. So that's their news.
That's exciting.
That's super awesome. The Switch is personally, I think the Switch is showing its age like a lot.
Yeah.
2017, about 5 years old now, and it was not a powerful device when it came out. So 5 years later after that,
you got that pretty OLED.
Yep, it's a nice screen. It's a fine screen. I'm gonna play Splatoon on it. It's gonna be good, but you know, I'm tired of the Switch. I'm gonna say it.
Yeah.
if you know, give me something, give me a little bit different. Hit me with that Nintendo sauce. Yeah, and you know this one's gonna be weird because they always do a good regular one and then they do a weird one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and if you believe their cadence, they always release a great console and then they always release a bad one. so, so we're due for a bad one. I'm looking forward to what the bad one's gonna be. This one's gonna have foot controllers. Something's gonna be weird about this one that I'm really excited for.
The Nintendo Switch U.
Yeah. The Nintendo Switchy. Just you don't like the Switchy?
Bite-sized gaming.
Mm-hmm. Nintendo glasses. Just give me something weird, Nintendo. Just fuck it up. Yeah, so that's not really a lot of news. To continue with not really a lot of news, the new Pokemon game has a rideable legendary Pokemon, and that concludes my journey with Pokemon as a franchise, probably for the rest of my life. I think I'm done. I know we talked about this before. Uh-oh. Oh, Joswell, you paused there like crazy.
You did too.
That was amazing. That was amazing.
I was cracking up because he was like, that concludes my... And I was like, no!
Blue screen again. Let me go here. Pokemon Rideable Legends Arceus. No, not Arceus. Scarlet.
Scarlet and Violet.
Now, you probably could always ride legendaries, but
I don't know, man. Something's just not right about that.
These are just fucking motorcycles, man. These are just bikes. They're bikes with legs and they can fly. They just made vehicles and they call them legendaries. I sound like an old man screaming, "Get off my lawn." I'm done with this franchise.
Ugh.
What is happening anymore in this game?
Why are they spawning wheels off of their chest?
Hey,
like,
look at this video thumbnail. That's awesome. That's sick. Okay, well,
they reaching. I'm sorry, they're reaching.
Yeah, it seems like I hear about a new Pokemon game every 4 months. So, Spider-Man on the PC, we talked about that earlier. Looks great. Had some price weirdness because the game in some regions came out at 50 and in other regions came out at 60, and they had to do some price match and shit. And if you pre-ordered it like I did for $60 and then you wanted the $50 price, you had to return that, get the money back from wherever your vendor was at, and then repurchase it. There was no just easy $10 credit option.
Did you do the process?
No.
You said I'll pay you $10 extra. Just give me my game now.
I just no. No, I like $10, but no. That's that. Not much to say on that. That's just.
Would you have done it for 20?
Yeah.
20
would have been okay. That now we're talking. Honestly, no. I've just been busy, and it just kind of. It's just another thing where it's like I know about this, but I don't got a lot of time.
Yeah, I got you. I probably would have done the same.
Just like, no, I'm not doing that. I got shit to do. Amongst the inflation and supply chain issues that the world is suffering through, Nintendo more firm than the other two big companies on not raising prices in Japan, specifically amid weak yen. And really what they're saying is their hardware. The Oculus went up in price. A couple Sony branded Bluetooth speakers, headsets, stuff like that went up in price because of the supply constraints and the chip shortages and inflation. Nintendo's saying they're not doing that with their consoles in Japan. They didn't really say if they're doing that in other places, but the focus of this article is in Japan. Now, Sony's comfortably charging $70. People are still paying that money. Like, people are still going to pay for that. These companies are they got to meet their bottom lines, and they're going to keep on trying to see what they can and cannot get away with as far as like how much they're willing to charge you.
Right.
Concerning. Little concerning, but I feel like we're headed to a recession in a flaming vehicle. I just feel that. I feel that. So like, yeah, when I read that stuff, it makes me a little bit sad, but it is what it is. Speaking of things that'll make somebody feel sad, not me, but somebody. Well, Activision is bleeding players.
It's about to be a whole lot more because we have that Call of Duty event in September.
47 million players lost since what? What was the time? Let me look here. During the Call of Duty publisher's second quarter ended on June 30th, multiple, I guess MAU stands for multiple active users or main active users, whatever. Total 94 million, down from 100 million in the first quarter. However, their numbers peaked at 150 million in the first quarter of 2021. So since 2021, they have lost 47 million users, which is a fuck ton of users to lose.
I mean, but boo-hoo, like people would fucking kill to have those amount of users regardless, You know what I mean?
Right. No, yeah, for sure. But when you start thinking about that as like a dude in a business suit going like, whoa, we just lost a third of our market in a year and a half. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's...
I'm sure they'll be fine. They have big things in store. They have Modern Warfare 2 remake coming around. They're hyping up this event. They're having early beta access. They're doing what they need to do. They know what they're doing. They're Call of fucking Duty. They're not scared of this.
I think they're skipping either 2023 or 2024's game in order to make a big improvement, I heard. They've confirmed that. I just forgot what year it was. Also, like in related news, Sony was basically complaining to some division in Brazil that some government authority or something that Call of Duty is a extremely huge deal and like it's the kind of thing that will make them lose a player base because like Call of Duty's numbers and that franchise's like stickiness to its users is going to affect their bottom line. I think they're just trying to say like, yo, whenever this happens, like you're going to see our numbers move a little bit. Which right. I think when you start thinking about the fact that they're investing into studios that like one of their main statements of this year in their quarterly meetings was, yo, we're trying to make like as many free to play like live service games as possible to see if one sticks because we know we're going to lose a big one. So like I think they're trying to get their own Call of Duty. It doesn't have to be Call of Duty-ish, but they're trying to get their own live service game.
Yeah. Then when you like the Warzone thing, right?
Yeah. Then when you start thinking about their purchase of Bungie and Bungie's experience with live service, it all starts making sense. It's like they're prepping. Like they're prepping for like losing a huge player base like that. Which I think most of them play on PS4, to be honest. But anyway, that's the Call of Duty news.
Microsoft is still going. Is that still like? Is that happening with the Activision thing? Is Microsoft grabbing them?
Yep. When is the Activision deal closing? Google, let me know. Please let me know. Apparently June 2023 is Microsoft has said it's confident the deal will close in the fiscal year ending June 2023. So by end of June 2023, the deal would officially be sanctioned, I guess.
Okay. I'm sure they'll still have their multi-platform games on. It would make no sense to keep it in one platform.
Or Call of Duty?
Well, most like all their shit.
I think they're doing that for like Bethesda games. They're just like, fuck you guys.
Can you see Call of Duty only being on Xbox? That people will fucking go crazy.
Yeah, I can see it.
I can see real life riots.
I can see it, man. Because that'll be a big hurt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Unless Sony finds something, that is like actively the biggest franchise every single year. You know, regardless. Probably right next to it is Fortnite, as far as like just the numbers. Yeah. So like, yeah, no, I could see them doing it just by like, fuck you, we own it. Like now we got a big old. You got exclusives for days. Well, now we got an exclusive for days. So I could just see them doing that the same way they're doing that with the Bethesda stuff.
That's fucked up. That's one way of flexing how much money you got.
Yep. Yep.
We don't need new things. We're just gonna take the thing you love.
Yep. Come over this side and just play it. Not to say that Sony just doesn't do that all the time. Because they were like, oh, you like Knights of the Republic? Well, what if it wasn't on Xbox, bitch? You know what I mean? It's just that's what they do. So yeah, that simultaneously a lot of things happen this week, but simultaneously not a lot of things to announce. Not many things to say. As far as news is concerned, a lot of port works happening, and I'm still I want to get on this Rumbleverse with you whenever you get a chance. Do you want to try to see if we can get on and
I have some time later on tonight.
Fuck around, do some stuff. Swell. I didn't think I want to do this part, but we're gonna have a segment here called Top 5 Sora News Posts. We're gonna see how this works. Okay. What is Sora News? Let me type it out here. This is gonna go great for the audio listeners. SoraNews24.com is one of the trashiest, just non-news, BuzzFeed-like Japanese-focused websites I've ever seen, and I've been addicted to it for about 3 to 4 years now.
What is going on?
We're just gonna go into it. We're just gonna go into it, bro. Giant puppies frolic, play with frisbees in Tokyo skyline in new 3D billboard display, and it's got a video. Look at that. That is CG. That's on a wall, dog. That's on a wall. Imagine you're walking around and you see that shit. That's amazing.
What is going on?
Bro, tell me that's not cool.
Is this Japan?
Yeah, look at the fucking hologram bell over there. Yeah. No, yeah. This is...
Hold on, did he jump from one tower to another tower?
Yeah, dude.
What the fuck is going on?
Yeah. And that guy's like, yeah, no, I like the puppy. He's cool. It's a cool puppy. Yeah. All right, so that's... Oh, do we have a statue dedicated to him? Yeah, we do. All right. So that's post 1. That was my number 1 because I thought if we're even vaguely associated to technology, I felt like I need to show that one. Now this one's more in the disturbing category. Giant wearable baby head, huge Ronderasu backpack, part of empathy boosting art exhibit in Japan. We're just gonna scroll down here. Look at that baby head, bro.
This is disturbing.
Look.
You know, Kojima saw that and he was like, "Oh yeah, I need that thing."
Read this. Then there's the baby voice, a mask-like apparatus that changes the words you speak into cries and gurgles to promote empathy with children who haven't yet acquired much in the way of vocabulary or their languages. And this is what the baby voice changer looks like.
Why is he trying to put on a modeling face with that shit on? Fuck out of here. What is going on? What?
I don't know what's happening. Look at these faces. I don't know what's happening in any of these things, but that's my number 2 post.
Man.
Wait, this one's more tame. This one's much more tame. Anti-ramen t-shirt eliminates the one only bad thing about eating ramen.
What's bad about eating ramen?
Sometimes you get little puddles. You know, little puddles? Little drips. Little drip.
Some splashback.
You get some splash. You get some ramen splashback. Wait.
So how do they counter this problem?
Wait. Wow. Oh, get some drip, and then. Wait, is it good?
Nobody should be slurping.
Okay. So he's got the drips here. What's gonna happen?
So what is it, like a bib for adults?
No. What's gonna happen? Huh?
Oh no! I fucked up my shirt.
Oh no!
Not to worry.
I've got water. Wait.
Oh, these like water repelling t-shirts.
And we're gone. Let's not ask about the technology. Let's just marvel at the magic here. There you go. So that's number 3.
So that was a clothing line commercial.
Yeah. All right. Now we're on the fast food, baby. KFC debuts chocolate dipping sauce for chicken in South Korea. How does that make you feel?
They're well on their way to following America in its shadow.
I don't have much to say other than I cannot imagine grabbing a chicken tender and dipping it in mint chocolate. But I kind of want to try it. But I kind of...
When in Japan, I guess.
I kind of want to put it directly in my body, and I want to see what's going on here. So
What's going on with the black? What's with the black and white pictures?
that's the artistic.
That's like when they get a serious tone.
Yeah, that's the artistic shot. Wait, no, the flavor was so disappointing it wasn't even deserving of a colored photo. I love this website.
This is hilarious.
All right, and the last one. We buy the lowest rated sexy pillow on Amazon Japan.
Sexy pillows.
Don't buy a sexy pillow without doing your homework. That's the sexy pillow. Wait, no, that was the package.
Oh.
Wait.
Hold on, go back to the package. Fancy package.
It's like a rice bag. All right, then we go down.
Oh, are they trying to hide like the naughty content on the inside?
Yeah. Like, oh, this isn't this for kids. The kid opens this up. He's like, oh, thanks, Mom, for the package. What the fuck? What is Mom? What is this? Oh my god! What the fuck? That dude looks abnormal.
Crying.
Yep, that's the sexy pillow. And that's him grabbing it.
He is packing.
Yeah, he's packing.
Nicolas Cage. What's going on?
All right. Oh yeah. All right. Okay, that's our thumbnail. And that is the Lazy Jay-Z show, episode 3, folks. Thank you for really riding this through with us. Also, how's your shake doing? How's your milkshake?
Oh man, I needed it for this shit. Is this gonna be a recurring segment? The Sora news shit?
I'm thinking so. But can you on edit like put the this is a serious request. I don't think we'd get a DMCA for this. Can we on post edit put the Me Shop channel music over it? Or is that we need to find some royalty free goofy music to play over it, and then yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah. I like this segment. We're keeping it. We're keeping this segment.
That was fucking hilarious.
You know what? Next episode, it is your task, Joswell, to find the top 5 posts you could find. So I'm going to make you go through SoraNews24.com, and then you pick the top 5 posts. I'll write the rest of the script, but you're picking the next ones, and you're going to surprise me this time.
I'm on the website right now. I don't know where to stop, where to begin.
That's the point, dude. I fucking love that site.
Jesus.
All right. Okay. All right. This is the show. Lazy JG Show, episode 3. Thank you for joining us. You can find us on Instagram at Lazy JG Show, at Twitter, Lazy JG Show, on YouTube, the Lazy JG Show or Lazy JG Show, whatever you want.
Gmail.
You can email us. Please email us at lazyjzshow@gmail.com. That's where you can email us.
Questions, comments, concerns, recommendations.
Let us know how you feel about SoraNews24.com. And then I'll forward that email to them. Yeah. All right. Okay. Me and Elsewhere are gonna go play Rumble Versus now. See you guys later.
See you guys in another 2 weeks.
Yeah. Or yeah. Nope. See ya.
Yep. That's what you're gonna get.
Yep.